Everything under the earth, there is a season, a time to be born and a time to die. Focusing on time to die, a couple, Chief George and his wife, Chief Mrs. Juliana Obika of Urezane village, Alor, were buried the same day with their burial rites held simultaneously. Late Chief Mrs. Obika was the eldest sister to the former acting managing director of Anambra Broadcasting Service, Chief Geb Omaleze. Let us join Ngozo Bileri of Inside the News for details of the burial ceremony.
Two lovers joined together in holy matrimony. The late Chief George and his wife, the late Chief Mrs. Juliana Obika, have been joined once again in death as they were committed to earth in their family house at Urezana village, Alor, Idemili South local government area. The burial ceremony took place simultaneously at the late Chief George Obika's compound in Alor. The late Chief George Obika died at the age of 75, while his wife, late Chief Mrs. Juliana, died at the age of 73. The late Mrs. Obika, popularly called Nwanyi Buefi, was the eldest sister to the former acting managing director, Anambra Broadcasting Service (ABS), and the director, News and Current Affairs Department of the ABS, Chief Gabe Obaleze. The late Chief George died when his wife was bedridden at the Chukwuemeka Odumegojukwu University Teaching Hospital, Amakuoka. According to stories told by her younger brothers, she told them that her husband came to the hospital but passed without talking to her, and 2 days after she told them the story, news of her husband's death was broken to them without his wife's knowledge. Barely 3 weeks after the death of her husband, late Mrs. Juliana Obika threw in the towel. A requiem mass was held at St. Mary's Catholic Church, Alor, where Reverend Father Paul Nwosu officiated the Holy Mass. The bodies of the two lovers were later interred in their home at Urezane village, Alor. Present during the ceremonies that heralded their burial rites were members of Catholic Women Organization, members of Alor Igwe in Council, immediate and extended family members, friends and well-wishers. As custom demands, the Obaleze family in Nnokwa appeared for condolences twice. First was in honor of their in-law, and the second was in honor of their late sister, Juliana. Also, as custom demands, the Obaleze family gave all the female children of their late sister 6 yards of wrapper each. The eldest brother of the late Mrs. Obika, Chief Kelvin Obaleze, described her late sister as a peacemaker. For the former acting managing director of the ABS and the director of News and Current Affairs Department, Chief Gabe Obaleze, his late sister was his second mother.
When I was very small, I remember it is just something that happened when I was 2, 3, 4, 5 years. When she got married to this place. I cannot tell the story, but I know that something was happening in my father's compound. At the end of the day, I stopped seeing my sister. When I asked, they said she has been given out in marriage. But she did not stop at that. Even when she got married, she continued to play the role in the family. Because she was my mother's first daughter. So she continued to play the motherly role in the family, mediating in whatever thing that was happening in my father's compound. I think this is the modern Romeo and Juliet, because they were united in love and also united in death. And her death and the death of her husband has left a very big vacuum in our family and in our in-laws' families. So I think it's only God that can replace them.
The first son of the deceased and their first daughter said their parents loved themselves so much in life that they were joined in death.
The way they socialize, the way even my dad makes us to laugh and all that. My mom is the same thing. All the mother have getting so I will miss a lot about her.
People from all walks of life trooped in and paid condolences to the Obika family. From Urezana village in Alor, Idemili South Council area, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS Insider News.